Hey, everybody, welcome to the Holy Matters interviews. I'm editor Chris Pugh, and excited to have here a author, Brandy Gleason. She wrote a new book, 100 Things to Do in Ohio Before You Die. She's got a couple good events coming up on Saturday, and I want to talk to her about all of this stuff. So, Brandy, thanks for coming on. How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, Chris.
Fantastic. Well, it's getting a little warmer. It's a little cool today, but overall, it's going to be getting warmer. I know a lot of people are looking for things to do. And what made you start this? You got a Facebook group of Ohio road trips. You wrote this book. What got you interested in just things to do around Ohio?
Okay, well, that's a great question because I have 8 children.
Mm-hmm.
And so to keep them entertained, we traveled all over the state. And one day I decided to start a little blog to keep track of what we were doing. And before you know it, people were reading it and following me on social media. So then it kind of transitioned to, oh, wow, this isn't just about our family anymore. People actually really want to know about things to do. And then COVID hit. And I started the Facebook group to share, safe, good places to go with your family for a picnic or a hike where they could be socially distanced. And it just grew from there.
What surprised you? Did you think there'd be that many neat things to do in Ohio? Did it surprise you, or was it just like, I know there's this many things out there. I want to help show them to everybody.
Yeah. So because we traveled a lot as a family, I knew that Ohio, we have from Lake Erie all the way down to the Ohio River and everything in between. So we have Hocking Hills. So we'd been doing those kind of things for a family for a long time. So I kind of knew Ohio had a lot of things. But then once I started writing, I was definitely surprised by how much more there was to do.
We're going to talk about some of the area things you have coming up, but do you have a favorite in Ohio? Like if I said, hey, tomorrow you're going to go to your favorite place and be done with it, what's your favorite place to go to?
Oh my goodness. I don't really have a favorite because there's just so many, but every season has a different place that I like to go. So can I share 4?
Oh, yeah,
So in the summertime, I love to go up to Lake Erie to Lakeside Chautauqua. That is a really unique spot. It's a gated community during the summer. It's got a lot of different things to do. It's really walkable. In the fall, you'll definitely find me down in Hocking Hills. It's just beautiful with the trees changing and the topography. And then in the wintertime, I love Northeast Ohio, actually, where you are out of. I call it the winter playground of Ohio. You can actually go up there and enjoy the snow because I'm based out of central Ohio and we get nothing but mud most of the time through the winter. And then in the springtime, one of my favorite things to do is to find those springtime animals. So Ohio's Amish country in Holmes County is one of my favorite springtime destinations. I actually just went there over spring break with my daughter to pet some baby bunnies.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot to do in Holmes County. It's a fun place to, take your spouse for a date too. A lot of neat things to do.
Yeah.
Let's talk. You have places in Mahoning Valley, and I wanted to see what you thought about each of them. First of all, it's the Elm Road Triple Drive-In Theater in Warren. We're losing some of our outdoor drive-ins. Tell me why you like that so much.
Well, like I said, I'm from Central Ohio. We don't have anything like that really super close to me. So when I went up there and checked it out, I fell in love with it because they have redone their snack bar area and you can actually, just go in there and it has such a nostalgic feel, get that popcorn and, go out to your car and just sit for the evening and watch a movie. And as they say, basically watch the stars under the stars. So that's kind of a fun way to spend the night and watch a show.
Excellent. What about Pastimes Arcade in Girard? That's kind of a newer place, but there's a lot to do there too.
Yeah, that one actually really perked my interest a lot because the owners have taken very vintage pinball machines and games and refurbished them. And so from like the 1930s and 20s even and up, they have those ready for you to play. And for $20, you can go and play as much as you want. And it's an in and out pass. So you can leave for dinner and then come back. So it is probably one of the most unique things you guys have up there right now and it attracts not just one age group. It can really entertain the whole family.
Excellent. And then looking at a couple of other places you have here, the National Packard Museum in Warren. A lot of car buffs here that enjoy that.
Yeah, I'm actually a Packard girl. I love Packards. If I ever get to buy an old car, it's going to be a Packard.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, what's really interesting is that the Packard rights have been purchased, and the guy who purchased them lives in Medina, Ohio, and they are going to be remaking Packards down there in Medina. So it's kind of neat that we have that in the Northeast Ohio as the museum, but also now having the Packards rebirth right here in Central Ohio area.
Good. Into the Commons in Mesopotamia. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's a super unique spot, isn't it? It's one of the oldest operating stores in the whole state, and it's surrounded by this really cute Amish community. So you can go out there, have a quiet afternoon, you can enjoy the community and stop in at the store. You can get fry pies and shop some old vintage stuff. So it took an hour to go through the whole place and kind of check out everything they have.
Yeah, in Butler Museum of Art in Youngstown, very neat, kind of a free place. What struck you about there?
Yeah, so when I was looking for an art installation to add to the book, this one really stood out because it really highlights American artists. And so when you go to the Butler, you're going to be seeing artists that are American, and they've done just a great job curating the art that is there. And the structure and the architecture of that building will blow your socks off.
Excellent. Mahoning River Ventures was another one that had mentioned from you. What did you think about that? It's kind of a unique place, isn't it?
Yeah, so if you want to go kayaking or get in the outdoors, just rent a kayak there. It was really easy to do, and I got out on the river. And what surprised me is because it's a kind of an industrial area, but you get out on the waterway and you don't even really notice. You feel like you're kind of out in the middle of just in nature.
Yeah, kind of a fun thing to do, especially once the weather warms up. Yeah, it should be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, McKinley Memorial Museum, definitely a neat one. Also, anything strike you about that?
Yeah, I think the museum is just really a special place, but also that you can go and see the house that has been, rebuilt for that. But also after you're done there, if you go across the street, Cadence Coffee and they have crepes across the street. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they help with the community. And so not only do I get to learn history, but also have a nice cup of coffee and some crepes. It's a great area.
Great. So it sounds like most counties are referenced in this book then?
Yeah, I've done my best. I didn't cover all 88.
Okay.
Having only 100 plus, I added some extra things like in areas like for the kayaking, I kind of talked about a place that's on the east side of the state, but then I listed kayaking locations throughout the state, but I did not get to hit every 88 counties.
Well, Mahoning Valley is definitely well represented in what you have coming on. So information about the book, is the book out now or is it going to be out soon? Okay.
No, it came out. You can purchase it at a book signing. I'm not sure who's going to be carrying it up there in the Mahoning Valley, but if you can't find it in your area, you can order it off of Amazon.
Okay, fantastic. And you're going to be in the area on Saturday. Talk about your events coming up.
Yeah, so I have an event at the end of the Commons. It's from 11 to 1. I'll be doing some book signings. They've hired a violinist who will be strolling through the store. The first 100 people to come in and get their book signed or purchase a copy gets a free fry pie. So they've really made it so it's a fun event. And then I'll be at the Eastwood Mall at Books A Million from 3 to 5 p.m. There's going to be a few giveaways, and they actually have live music there as well.
And we'll have a link to the Amazon version of the book. And obviously, if you want to pick up a copy of the book, there's 2 book signs be a great place to do that.
Yeah.
Another way you were telling me that we could connect with you, I always like the Facebook groups. You have a real nice Ohio Road Trips Facebook group that gives a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
Is it neat to have so many people kind of contributing ideas to, neat places people can go in Ohio?
Yeah, so actually, in the front of my book, I was able this time to dedicate the book to the Ohio Road Trips Facebook group. It said, "You're all my inspiration to keep writing and sharing all the wonderful things there are to do in Ohio. Keep road tripping." And there's 1.1 million members in that Facebook group. So
Wow.
it's huge, and they're amazing. They share all the good stuff. It's such a positive, uplifting group, and I'm lucky to have some good moderators who have stepped in to help take care of that many people.
Definitely, definitely. Well, Brandy Gleason, thanks so much for coming on. Again, Ohio Road Trips, check out on Facebook, but even more importantly, 100 Things to Do in Ohio Before You Die. This Saturday, she'll be at Mesopotamia's End of the Commons at 11 a.m., 3 p.m., BAM Books A Million Bookstore in the Eastwood Mall. And again, we'll have a link if you can't make it to the book sale. Oh, I mean, the book signing. You can check out on Amazon there. Brandy, hang on just for a second. Thanks for coming on. For Brandy, this is Chris. Have a great day, everybody.